All right, everybody on Twitch, stand by. We will be getting on to our YouTube programming here. It always seems to take a little bit longer to get things taken care of, but let me just make certain that everything is working where it is. We're starting off a little bit early tonight because of the fact that it's Friday night. It is the 17th of May, and we want to make certain that we get this done before Andrew Harrison comes in here and gets our on the show floor behind me. We'll be getting the possibility again of some recordings taking place here coming up pretty soon. We are live and direct. Let me just make certain audio is working. Okay, audio is good. We make certain that we are on Twitch at this time. And yes, we are. Looks good. Okay, so we are good to go. It is about 9:45. It is Friday evening. And again, as for right now, we're not seeing a lot of major problems, but there is the potential that we could be looking at some activity into the weekend that could be causing some problems, namely heavier rainfall and the possibility of some thunderstorms that could be on the severe side. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek from WDEF News 12 in downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee. We'll get to the heavy stuff coming up here in just a little bit. 72 the high, almost a category below normal, 21 degrees below our record high temperature that hasn't been broken since 1962. 66 the low, just above where we should be on the normals. Record low of 42, one of my favorite numbers, set back in 1956, and 0.05 of an inch today, so that brings us up to 1.8 above for the month and just about 0.5 an inch below for the year on rainfall. What do we have out there right now? Not a lot. We've got some scattered showers taking place, and that's what we've seen all night through, just some light activity drifting on up from portions of the southwest. And we may see a rumble of thunder at any point in time, but it looks like most of what we're going to be picking up overnight is going to be the potential of just scattered showers. No thunderstorms causing any advisories, no heavy weather, no watches, no warnings, anything like that at this point, so looking good there. And this map has all the potential of severe weather advisories out there, so we're just not seeing much of anything at this time. Temperatures, again, not bad. Downtown Chattanooga, Bailey's Heating and Air Camera looking off toward Raccoon Mountain, Lookout Mountain off in the distance, and a lot of clouds, but not too much in the way of rainfall. Cloudy skies at the Chattanooga Airport, 70 degrees currently. That's down about a degree in the last several hours, 3 or 4 hours. It hasn't gotten all that far. Southerly winds keeping the temperatures up by just a little bit, and temperatures across the rest of the area not bad, although Scottsboro, if you would please take the thermometer out of the refrigerator, that would help, because it's much chillier over towards Scottsboro than it is anywhere else across the area. So for right now, again, temperatures rather on the mild side and should be staying that way into the rest of the evening. We don't have a lot coming up in the way of very cool weather. We've got some very mild temperatures for the next several days at least. Rainy evening in downtown, off and on, but a lot of people staying home tonight, even though we've got the barriers up for the Ironman in downtown tomorrow. Could be kind of a busy day coming up. Looks like some running going on downtown, getting some exercise, rounding the way around Aquarium Way for this evening. All right, let's take a look and see what we've got going on. Here's the big idea. The storm system that walloped Houston yesterday is passing just south of our area. It's tapping into all that moisture. This is the system that created the thunderstorms that put 100-mile-per-hour plus winds in downtown Houston, toppled those big power towers, took out probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars of glass, crashed into portions of downtown Houston. A lot of power outages. Last I saw a few hours ago, 600,000 people still without power, so that was a pretty big event. Could even have been a derecho type situation, a big long-term wind event. And right now, still waiting for the National Weather Service to wrap up and see what happened there. This will be our weather maker into tomorrow. As we go through the rest of the next couple of days, chances of showers and thunderstorms will be with us overnight into tomorrow. The best potential of any heavy weather, such as it is, will be again the potential of more activity into tomorrow afternoon, dwindling a little bit into Sunday morning, more potential of showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. Next storm system on its way as we go looking back toward the west. Monday into around Tuesday, very mild sunshine mixed with clouds. Not seeing a lot of cool conditions out there, very cool conditions anytime soon. And the next chance of rain will be coming up as this next storm system comes through as we get into next week, the end of next week. That's where we see the problems. But what we're looking for tonight, there's a marginal threat of severe weather back to the west of us for tonight. That's a different forecast than what we saw earlier. Tomorrow, this forecast is 12 hours old. Yesterday, there was no marginal threat of severe weather. Now there is again. Whether or not it's there tomorrow morning, kind of interesting to see, but right now we're not seeing anything in the way of a slight risk category or worse. But tomorrow, early to mid portion of the day, more looking into the afternoon is where we see the best potential of anything involving stronger weather coming on through here. So that's going to be the worst of the worst activity going on. For Sunday, we see again the potential for some thunderstorms, but nothing showing up in the way of a severe weather forecast. So that's going to be again about the worst for Sunday. So we do see that potential coming up into that particular area. So in a nutshell, this is what we're looking for. On Saturday, we have a marginal threat of severe weather. We have threat for damaging winds, large hail primarily, and flash flooding. We do not have a huge threat of tornadoes. That's good news. We can have an isolated tornado at just about any point in time, so we do need to be ready for that in case some of these storms blossom by just a little bit. So for right now, we're looking at the potential of less in the way of tornadoes. This is not what we saw last week with that moderate threat of severe weather. We're just not looking at anything really huge for right now out of this, but again, the potential does exist that we could see some severe weather out there. It's the flash flooding that we're mainly going to be taking a look at for now. The threat for damaging winds encompasses all the News 12 viewing area. Again, that's for Saturday. We're also seeing the potential of hail, but most of the heaviest threat will be well on down to the south of us, south of Atlanta and Birmingham, down that direction, and that's going to be about the worst of what we see for the time being. Now, for flash flooding purposes, for tonight, the best threat, it looks like maybe we get a new forecast updated here. They've removed pretty much all the chance of flash flooding taking place. Maybe this is a mistake. I'm not sure. We'll have to take a look and see what's going on with the weather prediction center. Let me just get to the website here real quick and make certain that we're not seeing a mistake here at this point, because if we're missing the data, that's one thing, but we want to make certain that there is going to be possible threat out there. And yes, it is. All right, let's take this here real quick so we can see more about what's going on. The threat is still there for the area. Slight risk, that green area encompassing all the News 12 viewing area. The main threat down to the south of us, that again giving us the potential for the worst possibility of flash flooding taking place and heading out of the picture. So it looks like we've got a bit of a mistake right now where it comes to the information on the screen. So let me go to day 2, if I can find it here. Okay, I know I had it here in just a second ago. So, okay, severe weather, yes. What did I do with it? Sorry, this I thought I had possible severe flash flooding threat here, and it appears to have disappeared. So sorry about that. Okay, here we go. That's what we're looking at there. Quit doing that to me. I did not want that. Okay, there is what we're looking at. The best potential tomorrow will be well on down to our south. We do see, again, a marginal threat of flash flooding. We're not looking at huge amounts of rainfall. It is going to be a possibility. The best potential of heavy rainfall appears to be, again, between us and Atlanta. Northwest Georgia, north central Georgia will see the worst potential going on there. So we're looking at less in the way of rainfall. The really heavy rain should be, again, Carolinas, Virginias, down to the south of us. will be picking up less and less at this time. We do not see anything in the way of chances of rainfall in the next few days, not even going over an inch at this point in time. There's still a potential that we could see that heavier rain making its way up our direction, but the latest forecast has less and less rainfall than what we saw about 24 hours ago. So we may see lessening potential of flash flooding. If that is in fact the case, okay, great and or good news. So not seeing again too much in the way of major amounts of rainfall for now, but that won't preclude some isolated chances of flash flooding taking place in some of that area. So definitely something to watch out for. All right, we've got about 5 minutes left before we start recording here. Lots of heavy cloud cover, a little bit of clearing, maybe clearing skies off to the west, but more than likely this is sky shine from lower clouds in front of the camera and higher clouds back to the west, looking farther back over areas of Hamilton County with the sky shine from the city lights and most of Chattanooga back that way. So for tonight into tomorrow, not much of anything going on. We'll keep, again, the possibility of a shower or thunderstorm out there, but it doesn't look like much of anything's happening for now. Marginal threat of severe weather for Saturday. That's still in the forecast and probably will be at least until about midnight. Could it increase? Yes. Could it be taken out of the forecast altogether? Yes. We'll have to wait for the Storm Prediction Center to give us an idea there. It's a good possibility we will see some fog around the area, saturated ground, saturated atmosphere. The temperatures are going to be very close to the dew point, so we may see some patchy fog. Not showing a lot of problems here around Lake Chickamauga, but there will be that potential. Clearing out as we go past Sunday into and around Monday, and then we get, again, more chances of showers and thunderstorms over the area back to the west of us, moving our direction toward the mid to late part of next week. And then we see some very warm temperatures with that extra sunshine out there. Looks like the best chance of rain will begin Wednesday evening and again continuing into and around areas toward the end of the week. That'll be the best potential of showers and thunderstorms that we've seen for a while. Severe weather, maybe. Not showing a potential of that now. Flash flooding, way too early to tell anything about that. So it is going to be possible out there that we see a portion of that taking place. So whether or not that actually happens, going to be an interesting scenario, but for right now, just don't see that particular problem happening. Hopefully, again, that will stay that way into around the course of this next week. So good news there. All right, that should do it for the heavy stuff and the forecast. Let's take a look at Stephen Creek's picture for the Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day. It's called a nickname of a fire rainbow, but it's also known as a circumhorizontal arc. So that is where we get the name of this particular atmospheric optic effect there. Very neat effect, very rare. Mr. Creek, thank you very much. A very rare thing to be able to see that there, so thank you very much for sending that in for our Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day. Got pictures, please send them in to us. Email, go to our website, wdef.com/photos, or go to our social media pages and you can drop the pictures off in the comments section, and would love to be able to see what you're looking at there. Again, for tomorrow, heading out on the golf course might not be the best idea. Fog and showers in the morning, thunderstorms into the afternoon, so not the best day for getting out and about. Likewise, for hiking, fishing, boating, anything out there, it's going to be a little bit of a problem with some inclement conditions all the way throughout the forecast period there. That's where we see, again, the possibility for indoor activities will probably be at its height into the course of the next couple of days. Let's hope I saved it here. I know I did. I don't think I got rid of it, so there we naturally the email and the other stuff has to cover it up, so there we go. Okay, so for today, we did not really have a need for anything pressing on strict science or weather, so we just opened it up to everybody. It's a nice little fun poll. What's your favorite season? No wrong answers here. Winter, spring, summer, autumn, or plain just don't have one. And 67% of the votes went to autumn, and that's nice because that agreed with me. I think the News 12's Andrew Harrison also said autumn, and I believe Kay Blevins said springtime. So neat to be able to see that. New poll drops at midnight, so go to our website, again, for the friendinroofing.com, wdef.com/vote now, or use the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, and we'll be glad to see what's coming up on that poll for next week, and to give you an idea as to, again, what is coming our direction for information on polls. That'll be coming up again in the next few days, so find out more on that. That should do it for tonight. It is decently quiet for now. Again, some potential of severe weather out there, but it is something that we could have a problem with if we start to see building levels in the atmosphere of energy. Already have the moisture, that's for certain, but whether or not it stays there, that's going to be kind of on the iffy side there. We'll keep an eye on things. Stay tuned to our social media pages and our website. We'll keep you updated there, which is where we will, again, you can catch the replay of this weather blog at any point in time, wdef.com/weather. Meteorologist Todd Heislip will have your forecast this weekend, Saturday and Sundays at 11 o'clock, so please join him there. And Chip Chapman will be in bright and early for the morning show on Monday, so please stay tuned there. Live and direct from downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee, I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek for the Friday night edition of Weather Overtime, News 12's exclusive video weather blog. Thanks for joining us. Please have a happy and safe weekend, and we'll see you again for the next Weather Overtime coming up on Monday afternoon. We'll see you then.